Here we go.
Welcome to another edition of Love in Black with Tory and Teri, where we promote positive love conversations. If you'd like to be on the show, need counseling, advertise, or have your letter read, send us an email at loveandblack1@gmail.com.
Hey, and welcome to another episode of Love in Black with Tory and Teri. Gospel Radio Nation, what's going on?
Good evening, good evening. We're glad you guys are here with us. It is Tuesday night. Love Tuesdays for this very reason.
Yep, YouTube viewers, how are you guys? Giving you guys a moment to join in as well. I know, right? How you doing, baby? How you doing? You lovely?
I'm good. I'm really good. Considering this is Tuesday and not Friday, and that we had all of 4 hours sleep last night.
Yeah, we was in Cali for the weekend.
We were home to be with family. Our grandbaby Gigi turned 1, and so I still have to post pictures. I haven't had that because it was just a whirlwind weekend. So definitely we'll be posting some pics. So what's happening, Gospel Radio Nation? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome, Gospel Radio Nation.
Just in time to get with all of you.
That's right. Hey, those of you that are listening on Gospel Radio Nation, make sure that if you want to view us, go to our YouTube page right now at Love and Black with Tory and Teri, and that's T-E-R-I, and I'll spell my name, T-O-R-Y.
No, T-O-R-Y, yes, T-O-R-Y-T-E-R-I. We got both of us have 4 letters in our name, you guys.
People be texting talking about, hey, I can't get in. That's because you spelled our name wrong. But anyway, hey guys, we mentioned that we were in California this weekend, and we celebrating our granddaughter's first birthday, and supposed to be a kid party. I think it was more adults than kids anyway.
First birthday, I know that. College and adult party. First, I mean, come on, 1-year-olds, what are they going to do? They need their parents to bring them.
I know.
Today is our son-in-law's birthday too.
Happy birthday, Marcus. What's happening, brother?
Shout out to Marcus. Happy birthday, son. So this is just been.
Yeah, I mentioned this was my birthday month.
Of course you know he's going to do that. You know he's going to do that. We were at the show on his birthday last week, but he had to make sure that he did. So yes, he had his birthday.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure.
Oh yeah. Let him know.
Let him know. Anyway, hey guys, we have a great show for you guys tonight. We have a drop-in guest that we'll be introducing shortly. But tonight's topic is, how long should you be with someone without a commitment? Man, can you imagine being in a relationship for 10, 12 years, and neither one of y'all just moving along at regular speed? And
if I was in a relationship for 10 or 12 years with no commitment, no plans or nothing, it's because I wanted to be. It would definitely be something that I chose to do.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's something you choose. That's not something that you against your own will, because you can always get out.
Yeah, you know what? I think with a guy though, I think we may be like, okay, well she ain't said nothing, I ain't gonna say nothing. But the thing is that you typically know as a guy, when you either first meet the person or at least within a month that you want to be with her for the rest of your life.
I got a little bit of trivia here, but check this out. And these are some older actors and actresses, but I thought it was pretty interesting because they were a little hot commodity back when. Jack Nicholson was with Angelina Houston or whatever her name was.
Angelica Houston,
that's it. And they were together, they were a thing, and she left. And his quote was, well, men never leave. So in other words, it was like, it was on her, I wasn't going nowhere, it was going to be just like this. And this was probably one of the reasons, I don't know, I have to talk to Angelica, but, she probably wanted more. And a lot of women do, and some fuss about it.
I thought you was gonna bring up a whole black couple.
Well, I'm just going on what I heard because of the fact that he said men never leave, and that was huge.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Well, men never leave unless they get kicked out, unless they want to go.
But like he said, men never leave. So in other words, they're fine with it. So it'd be interesting to see what the men have to say about this poll, because I'm sure a lot of men are like, hey, works for me. It's called cake and eat it too. So
exactly. Well, it used to be back in the day is, why buy the cow if you can get the milk for free?
Right.
Yeah.
But that's why I said if that was something that my name was attached to, trust and believe it. Well, for me, that would be my choice. But I just don't.
But what's crazy is that women will stay in these situations and they will complain and they'll stay in these situations, and they'll have babies, and they'll buy houses with the dudes, or buy the guy
Well,
clothes.
there's a payoff. There's a payoff.
What's the
Dr.
payoff?
Phil says it all the time. I don't know, you have to ask teachers to do that. Everybody's, payoff is different. But like Dr. Phil says, how's that working for you? I mean, some people there's a payoff because you can always pull the plug. You can always, if you don't like it, you can leave.
Yeah.
And so to stay means that it's working for you. And I mean, hey.
Not necessarily. Like my boy Duval, right on.
But I certainly like to hear from those that say, this is working for me, and this is a choice, and I'll tell you why. You want to give me your number?
Yeah, hey, you guys on Gospel Radio Nation, if you want to call in, the number is 346-349-6441. Again, 346-349-6441. If you guys want to chime in.
I'd like to hear from y'all. I really would.
Yep. And,
sure. Everybody's got a story to tell, so hey, more power to you.
Exactly. So for those though that don't know, well, hold on. Are we sharing that news?
You said.
Well, I thought you said you was gonna do what you do.
No, I said you said you wanted to wait. So I'll say this, which I mean, kick him, not me.
Go ahead.
We have some very exciting big news to share. However, my husband wants to wait.
Yeah, normally I'll spill my beans, so I definitely want to wait.
Yeah, normally he does. So I'm really surprised. I'm like, hey, I'm down for the discipline, right? But yeah, we're gonna wait till the 8th. So let's try. We sign tomorrow, but we will definitely have a huge announcement to share with you. So I guess we'll announce it next.
I might throw a hint. So
no, don't do anything like that.
I ain't gonna throw a hint.
No. You know what? We're gonna make it even better for you. This is what we're gonna do. So you don't have to wait till next Tuesday. What we're going to do is we're going to drop it on all of our social media. There will be
at the same time.
We're going to do just a huge announcement to everybody. We'll probably do a live. We'll probably go live on Facebook and on Instagram and all of that to announce it. But I think that you're right in saying just wait because all of we'll finalize everything tomorrow. So just wait. Okay?
That's right.
All right, get it down. Okay, so we're waiting.
All right.
Want to say anything, please?
You want to go ahead, since we're on Gospel Radio Nation, you want to go ahead and pray?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Father God, thank you. Thank you for being with us always, getting us here safely. Thank you for blessing all of our, all of our friends, our family, our listeners. They're all family. We thank you. We ask you to come on in tonight. We can have this discussion. And then we just break bread together in agreement that you are Lord. We love you and praise you. You're precious. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
So we are going to take just a short commercial break, and then we're going to come back with one of our drop-in guests. Yeah. We get
Brandon from Cali. We do.
Yep, all the way from Cali. So we're going to go to commercial, and we will be right back.
Back to Love in Black with Tory and Teri.
Hey, and we're back. Hey guys, don't forget, if you want to be a guest on our show, if you need counseling, want a letter read or a topic you want discussed, don't forget to just go ahead and email us at loveinblack1@gmail.com. Again, that's loveinblack1@gmail.com. And also, if you are a business owner or just want to advertise or maybe even sponsor us, like our good friend, A Unique Heart, Bonita Ledette.
Yes.
If you want to, be one of our sponsors, like Gracie's up in for I'm gonna say, I thought I was in Maryland for a second. I was about to say Rockville. Where's Gracie's located? In Houston, off of Kirby. That's what I was trying to say. So if you guys want to be a sponsor like one of them, all you gotta do is hit us up as well at loveandblack, the number 1 at gmail.com. And baby, I'm gonna let you introduce.
I'm definitely gonna do that. But if you pick please, then I don't have that. I need that.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
All right, so our guest coming up, I have got to say this, I affectionately say this. He is entrepreneur, absolutely entrepreneur, and community leader, third generation Oaklander. So y'all know that I come from the Bay Area, California, and the founder of Black-owned Project 365. Also the founder of Home and Chicken and Waffles of Jacqueline, which is our family restaurant. Coming to you tonight, live out of Los Angeles, California, is Derreck Johnson. My cousin, my brother, my fam.
What's up, brother, cousin?
What's up, cousin? How y'all doing?
We good. Man, we were able to see you for a split second when we was in the Bay this weekend.
Yeah, I heard the party. I missed it. I was down here on the other side of the family at a family function. So
you know how we do.
Yeah, it was lit. It really was.
what's happening down in Houston? What you all got going on?
We got a lot.
Well, we were getting ready to tell everybody, but then my wife decided.
Yeah, but no, that's we find tomorrow. So yeah, we'll be official. But I'll tell you.
We'll tell you offline.
Yeah,
we'll tell you offline. Man, what is that? Gin and juice? What?
No, this is no. Wow.
Hey, Derek, I ain't got no filter, bro. That's what y'all always say. I ain't got no filter. So.
It's okay. And y'all know I don't drink, so no gin and juice here.
That's why I'm just messing with you. That's why I'm messing with you. But anyway, hey, look, man. You want to tell the people just a little bit about yourself? I know my wife gave you a quick introduction, but you want to tell our viewers just a little bit about yourself?
How about the Black-owned 365 project? Tell them about that.
Well, the 365, the Black-owned Project 365 is a project that I actually was dear to my heart. I had thought of the idea like about 11 years ago, and I just never acted on it. It came to me when I was president of the CalPAC, which is African American Liquor License Association for California. And I startled on was educated on the startling statistic that the dollar only stays in the Black community for only 6 hours. And so that bothered me. But I never knew what to do. Like I never could figure out, work and life and yada, yada. Then I went to inauguration, which I have my hat on here.
Yes, I see.
And Samantha and I, my cousin Terry, and that's the oldest. So after the inauguration, it just inspired me to do something, right? Watching Kamala get sworn in, and as you know, people out there might not know, but she's like our family, our childhood, friend. So it was just monumental watching her get sworn in. I was like, okay, well, I need to take action. I need to do something. So I did. And so the whole project is really just to bring awareness about Black businesses and encourage not only consumers, we as African Americans, to buy Black as much as we can and research and make the point to buy from a Black-owned company. Because that's the problem. We're not keeping the money in our community. So we can't really advance our community 100% if we're not keeping the money in it. So that's the basis of the foundation. And so we do that by advertising businesses. We've highlighted you all. And it's also to give businesses.
We appreciate that, by the way.
Oh, yes. And it's also to give other businesses like yourselves, like if you need a film crew or, so that you also contract with other Black-owned businesses. What we're trying to do is to encourage, economic stimulus within our own community by keeping our dollar in our community. So that's the whole goal of it. And instead of the 365 comes in, instead of just doing this for Black History Month, we want to do it 365 days a year.
Yep. And I know a lot of the other business owners, especially around you, appreciate that. And I like how you tie in someone famous with, with the business owner. and I guess trying to, maybe they want to see the correlation between the two. Is there a correlation?
I mean, sometimes there's a correlation, sometimes not. The correlation might have been in a quote that the famous person did, or the famous person might be famous locally, or we just acknowledge people in the good work that they've done in the African American community. And the whole point of that was really is to educate us on who we are and the contribution we've actually made to this country, because our history our educational system does not give the full. Yeah, well, they don't get very far from the full picture of what, who we are and our accomplishments here in this country. And so the highlighting of those that have been major contributors to the Black community and America in general, that's why we do that, is to more so educate the public and just aware of someone else that's accomplished something, and to let them aspire and know that, look, this person did it, you can do it. The only way to make change is to take action. All this talk, you have to take action and put that talk into action.
Good. Hey, we really appreciate that. We really appreciate the fact that you're taking the time to invest, your time. It takes a lot of time, your time and energy into the success of other businesses.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, but to reach one, teach one, and pull one. And that shows it too. Being able to just go forth and show yourself friendly, as we say, then it does. It just starts to open up the whole dialogue.
Yeah.
For the good of everybody.
Yeah. So you don't probably have I guess that's on Friday night, so a little rapid fire.
No, I mean, I don't understand where all this is coming from.
I was just playing around. But anyway.
But I do have the poll. Do you want to hear the poll?
Definitely want to hear the poll.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So far, 100%. So this is the poll for tonight. And I'm glad that Derreck can stick around, but you went straight into that. So I'm glad that you can stick around with us for that. So the poll for tonight is interesting. Would you date someone for 10 years without a commitment? Oh, so here's the deal. It switched up on us. So Facebook said 25% yes and 75% no. That was Facebook. So let's see what IG says.
And it kept moving, right? The target, the poll number kept moving up and down. Yeah. I know while we were looking at it, I saw it at 100%, then it went to 30, 60 or something. Okay, so here we go. All right. IG said 20% yes and 80% no. Would you date for 10 years without any commitment? Because some people are good. Some people are like, hey, works for me. I don't have to be, I can do what I want, when I want, how I want. Interesting. I love it. Okay. So that's it for the poll. I just want to commend you. Gosh, I feel like I can just say it. I just want to commend you, President. You have always been so innovative and such a trendsetter. As an entrepreneur, you've owned other businesses, successful businesses, with longevity. And so I just want to, being the brainchild of our family, you're like the godfather of our family. I'm so grateful for your innovation, for your big heart, and the kindness that you have, not just with all of us, how good you've been to all of us, but certainly, just as someone who cares for your community. You definitely are a giant, and I thank you, and I salute you.
Well, I sincerely appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see. Are you asking me the question tonight? Am I supposed to answer? Give you my
No.
Give you my opinion.
So this is how we do. And actually, we were waiting. So this is our first just strictly YouTube. And normally we're broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube, but we literally made the switch over last episode. So
we were on both of our channels. We have 2 Facebook pages, but we wanted to start with bringing everybody into one page because it's just too many analytics on different pages.
Yes.
So we're going to bring everyone to the YouTube page, and so that's what tonight is. But He's going to read the letter. So if you can stick around, I don't know if you have the time. If you want, you can stick around. If you have to go, we certainly understand. Sabrina has asked to be a regular on the show, but she's having difficulty. They love it. Everybody loves it.
I know, they asked her to be on.
I can imagine Sabrina is off the chain.
Oh, she is. She's really good.
So we're not on right now, though, are we? No.
Oh, yeah, we live right now.
We're live. Okay, we still live. Yeah, but Sabrina's
Yeah,
our
we live.
Sabrina's our other cousin, and she keeps it popping all the time.
Oh, she really does. She's the best. Yeah. We're live on.
If we go into politics, I'd be a little off the hook on here too, but I got to keep it a little conservative.
Keep it low key.
We're on YouTube right now and on Gospel Radio.
Okay, so I want to answer the question though. I'm going to answer.
Sure.
No, I know what it is. So I personally would no, never in a million years would I do that. But I respect if people do it. I don't disrespect if that's where they're, if that's how life and everything sets up for them.
Well, you know what, Derek? So I appreciate that part about the don't disrespect, but a lot of people disrespect themselves by like guys, they come in these relationships knowing that they have no intentions on being with.
This is my thing with that. If you come into any relationship honestly and truthfully, then that it's up to the other person to accept that.
Exactly.
So they accept it or they don't.
But there has to be a conversation before.
I'm single. So I actually it would be nice to have a partner, but I'm not going to, if the energy's not there, it's just not there. I'm not going to just date somebody just to say that I'm in a relationship or I want to get married. I think a lot of people do that, especially when it comes to a certain age. My last relationship, Lord Jesus, I liked him as a friend, not really, it was just, and so it just was never going to work. So I wasn't going to just stay there to be.
Yeah. But you have to communicate that up front, though. And that's the thing. Right. But if people don't do it, though, and then you get people like keeping people on the string. We were just talking before you came on, and I forget what you mentioned, but I said, back in the day.
I was talking about Jack Nicholson and Angelica Houston.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, he ain't never been with that.
So they were together, and she bounced because I'm pretty sure they were for a minute. And he was like, oh, yeah, and then never leave. And it's like, because if women will go for it,
exactly.
And this makes,
that's what it is. Yeah. And I said, back in the day, the old saying was, why buy the cow when you getting the milk for free anyway? So,
10 years is a long time to spend somebody. If you can be with somebody for 10 years, like well, I guess I shouldn't say you should. For me, my perspective, then you should commit.
But I do think dating has shifted.
Commit after 2 years at the stage of life. After 2 years if you want to be with somebody or not. I mean,
thank you. It don't take forever.
No, it doesn't.
But you know what? I do believe dating has shifted. And I believe it has shifted in the sense that, especially with the younger, the millennials, they're not getting married as much anymore. That's how you have the term baby mom and all this other stuff.
I think also open relationships has just become so popular so that people can keep their relationships going, because people cheat. That's the major reason for breakups, right? And so to have an open relationship where you date other people within it, I know a lot of people are doing that now. I mean, I'm still not. That's not my thing at all either. I'm very traditional.
That's not my thing either.
I'm
in an open relationship. I'm not 10 years and we gonna commit. I'm not doing any of that.
But you know what? I think what it is the reason that the younger generation has chose that more so too, because a lot of them probably came from divorce homes, as well as just wanting to just simplify things. It's like, I don't even want to get so caught up in the whole marriage thing. I think that they think so many expectations come with it. But I do believe that whatever you're in, because the question was, would you be in a non-committed relationship for 10 years? So this wasn't just a relationship, this was a non-committed. So there's somebody out there that's working.
10 years and you can't commit. Like I said, it depends on the individual. Some people, if that works for them and they want to be open and date, but have a main squeeze for 10 years and date other people, if that works for them, fine. I mean, it just depends on the individual, I guess. Like I said, absolutely.
But my thing is this, don't be in it and then complain. So you got to be good with it.
Right. Exactly.
Because you're basically free to do whatever you want to do. You're free to talk.
and you as that other person, you already know if I mean, you hanging around. What are you hanging around for? And you waiting on this other person to commit, right? I mean,
giving away too much power.
I mean,
you make a decision.
As the person that's waiting, you have to require the other person to say, "Hey, what's going on here with us?"
Right, but if there's no commitment, that's what this poll was. No commitment. So
so obviously, he got commitment issues, right? Which
or she.
Is there
a letter attached?
Yeah, I got a letter for it. I was waiting on a couple folks to join in on here before I read the letter. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and read the letter.
Okay.
So can you finish that one for me, please? Just say click here. We're online. All right. Here's the letter I got. Dear Tory and Teri, I recently just got out of a relationship of 12 years and 2 children. Call me stupid because I never held his feet to the fire for anything. Well, a month ago, I came home and not only was he gone, but all his belongings and the money from our account. He completely ghosted me. He finally texted me back after a week and said that he had found someone else and that he was done with us. I am devastated, heartbroken, and pissed. How can he do this? We have a 9 and a 7-year-old son and daughter together. Because he lost his job during COVID and he doesn't have any family in the area, I cannot find him anywhere. My friends have been calling me crazy for years for being with someone that has never even said that he wanted to marry me. My family is through with us, not him. My family is through with us also because we brought so much drama to them over the years. How can I live like this? Am I crazy for not having him marry me?
No, you're not crazy. Be thankful that you know now.
Exactly.
Really, if this was the type of dude he was, it wasn't going to matter if it was 12 years, 10 years, 7, he was going to do it anyway.
Exactly. I mean, he had no intentions on I mean, he was at 12 years.
Especially if you took your money too. I mean, that's just like, that's.
Yeah.
Hold on, y'all. Ain't nobody listening about the 2 kids.
How are you with somebody for 12 years and you don't understand? You don't have your gut should tell you something's not right. I mean, you know what I mean? You should know if you can't figure out your partner in 12 years, and you should have been gone a long time ago.
Exactly.
And you know what? So let this be a lesson to those who may be in something right now that they feel that they have, I don't want to say control over, but really don't have a navigation system that you're going. Really, give it some serious thought. Because my thing is this: if you are putting that much power in someone else's hands, how are you living? You're talking about when he lost his job with COVID. What's your dreams? What's your goals? What are you modeling for your children as far as them seeing that in you as the sturdy parent? I think that your life doesn't end and begin with this individual. No one's life should, ever. And so it's important that you have your goals, that you have your mindset that, one monkey don't stop no show. That's just me. I know it's an old term for y'all youngins out there, but it still rings true today.
So let me ask this. Are there still, and we got a young person here, but Sabrina. I'm gonna have to ask you this, but are there still no label relationships in 2021?
Absolutely. They had them in the 40s. You think they don't have them in 2020?
I know, but I'm just, back then, they, well, neither one of us are there, but we know from grandparents and stuff, but they normally stuck with the person that they were with, right?
It doesn't mean that it didn't happen.
No, that's why they say married. I said
it's
stuck
slavery.
with.
It happened.
Not in the 40s. Come on now.
No, I'm saying period that it's something that's been going on for
Yeah. I mean, it's indicative of of slavery time. But the thing is that if people have been in these label no label relationships, right? I was just throwing the question out there. Are there still these types of what's up, Lorenzo? Are there still these types of relationships going on now?
There are. I mean, how do you think you have baby mama? How do you think you have bottom woman? How do you?
Well, those are labels.
On the side?
Those are labels.
But they're labels, but they're not something that necessarily somebody wants to.
Yeah.
Stand up in.
So my concern is this. First of all, I'm calling him dude because I don't call him a man at all. But How you gonna be with somebody for 12 years and 2 children, and then you're just gonna roll?
But that's not, he's not the first or the last.
No, I'm not saying that, and I know that. What I'm saying is, you know, him in this type of relationship, right? He's a bum, and that's why I said I ain't gonna call him a man, because you know
that's totally. You just don't even do somebody. If you've been with somebody for 12 years, at least give them the respect and bow out gracefully.
Thank you, Derek.
You already have 2 kids, and then you're taking the money from the mother, but the kids as well. Like, I mean, how is she? I mean, what's she supposed to do?
And it kind of makes you want to think how that relationship has been going all of these years.
Exactly. That's exactly why I said for anyone that's in this type of relationship right now, you need to keep it. There's a reason that you're hearing the story, because it's to shine some light on your own. Really give it some thought. And again, like I said, if you don't have goals, get some. But you're giving too much power to an individual like this, who basically can just hijack your life.
Yep.
So here's the time, and you have no plans, you have nothing, and at the end of the day, you got 4 little eyes looking up at you like, what we gonna do? So
right.
Get on your job now, make a plan, and you do what you gotta do for you and yours. So
we respond. Thank you. We respond to these letters and all, and we pick out so much in the letter. And my thing is, and I'm back to the kids, and I'm back to the kids for this reason. First of all, he didn't give a damn, but second of all, she worried about him. I can't find him. People calling me crazy for wanting to be with him this long and stuff, right? I mean, what about
low self-esteem? That's just low self-esteem.
Low self-esteem.
Yeah, and
definitely needs counseling. But with the low self-esteem issues, plus the fact that okay, you got a 9 and a 7-year-old. I mean, that should be your first concern. Not the fact that that he rolled out on you because he was probably trifling all along. And then what was in that text? He finally texted me back after a week and said that he found someone else and he's done with us. That's obvious.
This is my point. This dude leaves with your money, and then you text him. He texts you back after a week. He found someone else. So had he not found someone else, he was still.
Oh, that was already in the works.
But you get my point. It's like that shouldn't be. You gotta.
Yeah, he was gonna take the money.
Yeah.
Like you're out. The locks are changed. You can't come back. I mean, so that's what I'm saying. You gotta do better, folks.
Exactly.
Like I said, you got 4 little eyes looking up at you. You gotta do better. So it's about making decisions that work best for you in the long run. I mean, like I said, I got that term that I get from Princeton, right? Which is, what emotional check did you write for these years to be with this dude?
Emotional check.
What emotional check was that? And that your kids got to see and witness. So, I mean, that should be, what's enough? What is enough?
Yep.
Snap you back into, I got to get it together. So, and if you can't, they're not dissing you at all. If you have problems with even processing this type of thing, if there is even some PTSD behind it, because people are made up of different, depending on what they've gone through in life, from their struggles, their challenges and all, things affect people differently. And so if this has even affected you to your nerves, to even your, just your core, then you probably should seek help. And not probably, you should. Just straight up, you should.
Exactly.
And, talk with somebody to help you sort things out and also help you see things clear, the value of yourself as the mother, the parent to these children, and what you can do from here. This could change the whole trajectory of your life and take you to places you never dreamed.
Exactly. So for those of you that are just joining in, we are talking about how long should you be with someone without a commitment. And I'm going to quickly read this letter, because I got a couple people that just came in too, so they can give us some thought or opinion on this. Dear Tory and Teri, I recently just got out of a relationship of 12 years and 2 children. Called me stupid because I never held his feet to the fire for anything. Well, a month ago, I came home. Not only was he gone, but all his belongings and the money from our account. He completely ghosted me. He finally texted me back after a week and said that he had found someone else and that he has nothing, and that he was done with us. I'm devastated, heartbroken, and pissed. How could he do this? We have a 9 and a 7-year-old son and daughter together. Because he lost his job during COVID and doesn't have any family in the area, I could not find him anywhere. My friends have been calling me crazy for years for being with someone that has never even said that he wanted to marry me. My family is through with us also because we brought so much drama to them over the years. How can I live like this? Am I crazy for not having him marry me? Normally, I would never call somebody crazy as a counselor. So I ain't saying you crazy, but you got some crazy tendencies, sir.
No, it's not crazy. It's just what you did was you fell for the okey-doke.
For 12 years?
Yeah, people do that. I mean, come on. I mean, hey, depending on your situation, it's something you probably fell for too. I mean, everybody has had their moment, their time.
Exactly.
Sometimes you just fall in love, and it might be the craziest things, right? You just can't control it. But still, if the love ain't loving you, you need to go.
Exactly. And speaking of need to go, hey, I know you only had a short time with us, man. You got any closing arguments before you head out?
No, just, be good to yourself. Pray and don't be in a 10-year uncommitted relationship. You deserve better. You deserve better.
That's right. That's right.
You deserve a lot better. Yes.
Yep. Hey, look, Lo says she's settled. Hey, brother, we love you, and we thank you for being on.
This is great. I want to come back, and then let's
definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right.
All right, man.
All right, I'll see you all later. Bye, everybody. To Love in the Black. Listen to them. They will not steer you wrong.
There you go. And you heard it live. All right, Derek. Talk to you later. So Iris said, nope, that's too long. And if you want to know the truth, he goes to her emotionally long before he goes to her physically. But thank God, everything is a learning experience. And you know what, Iris, you are so right. Every dog has a day. And Lorenzo said that she's settled. What's up, Pastor? How you doing, brother?
Come on in. Come on, say hi to me. Come on, say hi.
Hey, good people.
We got Pastor here.
I'm good, brother.
Come on around. We all vaccinated.
Hey. Everything good. Hey, welcome to the stage. Oh, that's how he normally used to be in pronounced. But welcome to the screen. We got Pastor Chris here. And we are at I Encounter Warehouse Church in Houston, Texas, off of West Park Drive. So if you guys are looking for a church home, come on through. We got a young people's ministry called Flavor.
I'm going to call it Flavor Unit.
Flavor Unit. So what do you think about people that have been in relationships for longer than 10 years, no labels attached,
no commitment.
No commitment, children involved, and then the dude just roll out?
I think the writing been on the wall.
The writing been on the wall. Exactly.
Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, waiting for what?
Yeah.
And that,
I mean, what's the sign?
Hey, what was that song a few years ago?
I mean, the one
Turn up for what?
the one that's taking that answer of I'm just waiting, or I'm waiting for. I mean,
that's too much power. You just give it
everything away.
Yeah.
Not a good look, sweetie.
Not a good look at all.
And not in front of your children. Show them. You got a girl and a boy.
Definitely.
This is not how you live your life,
Definitely.
Even when it comes to a young
man,
you show your son. Thanks, Pastor. Show your son what it looks like. Obviously, no one shows this way.
Nope.
So show your son. This is such a teaching moment. I mean, you can take this thing and completely turn it around from the negative that it is into a positive as far as what your household looks like. One, you can show them how we forward motion. We pick ourselves up by the bootstraps and we keep on moving. We keep on, like I said, no monkey stops no show.
One monkey don't stop no show.
One monkey don't stop no show. You keep on going. You keep on going and you show them this is what you do. That's a powerful message for your children.
Yeah.
Not to say that you can't even be maybe washing dishes and, maybe have a tear or something, because it was wrong. And you can even say, it's like, Mommy, what's wrong? Use these as teachable moments. Don't try to sweep it under the rug. Don't try to act like, it didn't happen or, you're strong and, you ain't no sucker. I mean,
I know, right? I ain't no punk.
Just say, the thing is that it's really sad because men are not supposed to treat women like this. None of us, we're supposed to do unto others. I mean, bring God into it, bring prayer into it, but that's a wonderful time to show your son. Maybe don't ever do this to anyone.
Exactly.
This is not, this is it's just, no one's deserving of this. Everyone deserves some decent communication.
Exactly.
You know? So I really, really hope that anyone that is even experiencing something like this right now, you know, this is not a coincidence. So get every nugget, every blessing from this episode, because that means you're seeing it for a reason. And this is to bless you.
Yep.
Okay.
And, you know, so for the letter writer and also anyone else that's going through this situation here, you know, I got a couple of tips here. And the first one is prioritize yourself in your relationship. Prioritize your relationship. It should be, your relationship, one, should be founded, you know, in Christ. So all you out there that's in these situations, guys, you can't be playing house, playing wifey, doing all the wifey things and stuff, and you're not wifey. Everybody ain't a husband, everybody ain't a wife. So prioritize your relationship, right? Make sure you got honesty and communication in there. Don't assume in that relationship. You know, don't assume, don't let the other person, you know, pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do. And I say this on the flip side, because normally a lot of times is, you know, you hear the person, the woman, I say the woman because that's what most of it is, you know, hey, when we going to get married? Are we getting married? And the guy feels pressure. In this case, on the flip side, don't feel pressure into accepting that particular type of relationship if that's not what you want to be in. Yeah. You know? Because
if you fall for that, that's where you're going to be.
Exactly.
I mean, that's just your destiny.
Exactly.
Right
and
that's just a dead end street right there.
Yep. And as we tell every couple in counseling, and as far as, you know, when they first get together, what are your expectations out of this relationship? Those are questions that should be had at the beginning, not 12 years later, not wondering what just happened to me. You know, he left, he took the money, left me with the kids and stuff, you know. So it shouldn't be all of that. It's what should be going on is that you should have had a conversation with him in the beginning. What's the expectations of our relationship? Where are we going? After year number 2, you should have been still asking, if you're still there, where are we going with this?
Well, I mean, with babies and stuff involved, there should have been some kind of answer.
Maybe they got 12 years, and the oldest child was just 9.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to scratch your head. I mean, you know, and maybe you will. Who's to say what happens in between then and now?
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, you see what that gets you.
Yep.
It's not working too great for you.
Yep. And you hear us say also, what's your core competency? Why are you there? What are your deal breakers? So if
a lot of people really, the only response they have to that is, I love you. That's it. That's the only response. And that ain't enough. And I'm going to tell you
not enough at all.
Tina Turner was not playing. It's true.
What's love got to do with it?
It doesn't buy a cup of coffee, okay? It doesn't. So you really have to be sure that you're sure. And it's got to be something that you get what you need also. He was definitely getting what he needed.
Yep.
Down to the last penny.
Exactly.
You know, with
the last penny. He took the last penny.
You know, with your ATM. I mean, so the debit card. I mean, you gotta think smarter.
Yeah.
And you gotta make better choices. And this is for you. Because you need to be good when you are mothering others. And when you are the caretaker and the manager and, you know, the head of the family, head of household. For others, they're looking to you, so you've got to be solid, and that means doing whatever you need to do to take care of you, that your feet is not rattled, shaking.
Exactly.
Go, be gone.
You know, so she mentioned about she can't even go to her family. Oh, don't worry about the key. This changed a lot. But she was talking about she can't even go. Yeah, she can't even go to the family just because of the fact that you know, all the drama that they brought to her. So, guys, if you're in a non-committal relationship like that, especially one that's ongoing, you can't be bringing them. Keep your life separate. Keep your personal life separate from your relationship.
That's probably hard to do with a 9 and 7, or 9 and 7, and being together 12 years. I'm sure you've got every family function and everything else.
Yep.
Very hard.
I would say yes. Ask, what is your why? The reason you may be in a relationship may not be the reason why the other person's there. And that's what I was saying at first. You know, what are your expectations out of this? You know, what do you expect for us to do? You know, let's say, and you can talk hypotheticals in the beginning. Let's say we're still together after 5 years. You know, in Texas, you live with somebody 5 years. If you're not married, you're common law married. So don't let that be the thing. You know
what? So this is something that's not said. We need to touch on that, and that is I was very like this is bread. A lot of times people have seen this for generations and generations. You have seen women that have been with married men. It could be the same thing. Women have been with married men, have whole families, and it was okay. That's just what they did. That's what, that was something that has happened over generations. It's a very lonely place to be. A very lonely place to be. And the sad thing is, I'll say this: if it's women that are experiencing this, ask the children that are products from this, and ask them how lonely, how sad it is. It's just, it's something that has happened for so long. And I'm not judging in that, but in the sense that when you think of the individuals that grow up and have children, and then you get mad at those children because it's like, here you are playing again. Like, all you got to do is turn around and look in the mirror. You're like, what did you model for this child?
Exactly.
What did you model for them? And so it's the same thing for the boys and the girls. It's not just the girls. It's the same thing for the boys and the girls. And so when we know better, we do better. And that's the whole purpose of this show, for you to know better, to make better decisions for you and generations to come, because this is for the kingdom.
I like what Lorenzo said. He said, know them who labor among you. If there's no evidence of growth in your partner and you, then it's time to reevaluate the relationship. And Lo, that's why I threw in the 5-year mark. And 5 years is, first of all, it's just too long, without a commitment anyway. But at that 5-year mark, you guys, you can get a college degree in 4 years. You can do some traveling in that time. You can have a few kids in that time.
The sad thing is that a lot of women, men, this is, to go both ways, but some women have to leave too. Sometimes they do it just for companionship. That doesn't mean companionship is cool. You're both two consenting adults. That doesn't mean you have to bring children into the fold.
Or settle. You got to settle.
You don't have to bring children into it. Come on.
Exactly. Use protection.
Yes.
Yep. And
until you're really ready and you find that one to be like, okay, we're about to do it.
Yep.
About to do it right.
Yeah. And my last point was, at what point is your acceptance of reality? If you're unhappy at any point, leave. You have a choice. We say it all the time in counseling that, you choose every day to stay with your husband, or you choose every day to stay with your wife. It's a choice.
And we chose differently. So you can't be mad because you could have woke up with the same choice.
You should have woke up with the same choice. Exactly. After the stuff that we read in this letter.
You're seeing this right now. For those of you who may be on the edge of the brim of the same situation.
Yeah, I would say wash your hands, wash your hands.
Dust your feet off.
That's right. So,
but really pray on it.
You have to.
If there are other people involved in situations and circumstances where it's going to be a domino effect, pray. I'm not saying don't do it, but pray on it in the ordering of your steps of how to move forward.
And I'm sure this guy was on in 12 years, I'm sure he was on some sort of social media or whatever. So I know that, you should be able to trace him, find him some kind of way.
Sure,
all right?
For what? Keep it moving. And on top of that.
No, I'm just saying, because you got 2 kids.
So, he ain't contributing.
Well, he needs to be. That's what I'm saying. You got 2 kids,
Well, he didn't
at least get the paperwork, at least get the ball rolling on that. At least get the ball rolling on that.
They'll find him.
Yep.
She don't gotta find him. They'll find him. But I will say this. You know what? Learn your lesson. And one of the things that is really big. This is super huge. Don't forget how you feel in yourself, because you may meet somebody down the line and you start finding yourself starting to make the same decisions again. Do not forget what this moment feels like.
Yep.
Sit in it for a minute till you can't stand the stitch. But don't forget, so that whenever this type of situation presents itself to you again, it could be a new day, new face.
It will be.
Yeah. Well, maybe, or it could be the same one. Who knows? But the thing is don't fall for it.
Yeah.
Do not fall for it. Know who you are and be better from them. That's the best revenge ever, is to be better. Yeah. Onward and upward with your life. Seriously.
Exactly. So, was that your closing?
That's my closing.
All right. For me, if you find yourself going nowhere in a relationship, you need to redirect your focus back to you. Don't keep focusing on him or her, wondering where they're going, or are they going to stay, or are they leaving, or are they going to marry you or not. Focus on you at this point. Why are you still in the game? it's obviously, you're not in it to win it because the other person isn't saying the same thing, right? So ask the other person, hey, is this what you want? Is this the type of relationship you want? I mean, because there has to be some type of label on it. There has to be, or because you have to know where you're going. And I mean, we can kind of equate it to scripture when we say, without a vision, the people perish. So if you don't have a vision of where you're going, exactly, right? So, but have that conversation. Have that conversation with that other person, And in this case, remember, this guy showed you who he was for 12 years. As Maya Angelou say, if someone show you who they are, believe them. And that's the bottom line. Hey, I saw a few more comments. I would say, she thought that was a clapping emoji. No, that was a wash your hands emoji. But yes, she should wash her hands of him. God was looking out for her when he left. I know, clap, clap, clap. She's better without it. And Iris, I'm glad you say she's better without it. Lo said, don't stay in a relationship that brings you stress. So going forward, now, and this is what most people don't understand. So now you're out of that thing. God closed the door for a reason, right? Don't reopen that door. Don't be trying to open a window, crack a window, let some air in, let some him in, whatever. Let that door, let that window stay closed, right? Now it's time for you to work on yourself and your children. You need to bring yourself to being whole. We talk about that all the time. We talked about that the last few weeks about being whole, because what's going to happen if you don't start working on yourself, then you're going to start being in a position where, now you're bringing this baggage to your new relationship, and then the cycle continues. All right. We got to stop perpetuating this, guys. If you want stuff to change, it has to start with the man or the woman in the mirror. It starts with you. My wife always says, and this is so funny, but it's so true. Everywhere you go, there's you. All right. Wherever you run, there's going to be you. Okay. So you have to start working on you. You really do. And I just want to thank you guys for tuning in, but let me just say something, and I'm glad you guys are staying to the end. So we told you guys a few weeks ago that we were transitioning from Facebook over to YouTube, which we've done. And as much as it pained us tonight, we had to go with what we had. So, I know we got some texts and all, and I wasn't able to get to the text in time, because sometimes like a half an hour had passed, but we did put a link. And if you guys come to our page, our YouTube page, and just type in, Love and Black, and you can go to the videos portion, and you can catch all of our videos there. We've been posting for the last few months. And catch up on replays, catch up on things you guys missed. But not only that, subscribe. That way, you automatically know we come on every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. The only thing different is now that we're going to be coming on YouTube. For those of you on Gospel Radio Nation that are listening, and again, if you want to view, check us out.
Yeah, you've never seen us before. You get to see us, and it's like you can put a face with the name, the voice, the whole bit. Exactly. Just the same.
Yeah. So we thank our guest for coming on. He had to run out. That's why I stopped him abruptly there because he had to leave. But anyway, we thank him for coming on. He gave some great insight. We thank our assistant tonight. Hey, Sabrina. She's been diligently working behind the scenes over here trying to get these links posted and everything. But again, check it out. Go if you're on Facebook right now. Just click on the link and it'll take you here, so you'll be acclimated and used to it for the next time. What's that, babe?
I just wanted to say we're going to definitely bring Cousin Sabrina back. She is so interested in being a regular on the show. We saw her over the weekend when we went home to visit family, and she said, I want to be a regular. So she's trying to get her all of her technology together so that she can just be right with us and everything runs really smoothly.
Yep.
Also, too, do not forget, like we said earlier in the show, tomorrow is a very big announcement. We received a blessing, and so we will be announcing that tomorrow. I believe it'll be tomorrow, but it'll definitely be within the next 24 hours or so. It could be tomorrow night, who knows? But we have a big meeting tomorrow. So lift us up in prayer. Very excited to share everything with you all, and just keep pressing. You do the same. continue to press toward the mark of the high calling.
Exactly. And guys, don't forget, we have a casting call out for the television show, and we're asking for something different. So if you are, if you have a unique either wedding story or engagement story, if someone that's in jail proposed to you and you accepted, incarcerated, in prison, whatever, we want to hear those stories. All right, we want you guys, because we want to hear them and we want to share them to give other people hope.
An opportunity.
Yeah.
Because everyone has a story to tell.
Exactly. So look out for our casting call on IG. Look out for our casting call on Facebook, and you can go to our site. Our website is loveinblack with toryandteri.com. I said the website. And if you guys are interested in counseling, you can go to iforeverwill.com. We do provide counseling services for marital, relationship, individual counseling. I counsel men and my wife counsel women. So definitely, if you guys are interested, iforeverwill.com. And again, check us out on all of our social media. We're on IG. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. And we also are, you can catch these in podcast form on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Music. So we love you guys. And again, we're probably showing another repeat this Friday night for the TV show because we're on our season break, but we will be returning next week. Next week starts the new season.
3.
Yep. So season 3 of Love and Black with Tory and Teri.
A big announcement tomorrow. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We love you guys. Make love, not war. We'll see you later.
All right. And Gospel Radio Nation, we love having you guys. Talk to you later. Thank you, Iris.
Weekend, y'all.
Iris, it's a great show.